Since 1954, Terrebonne General has been a beacon of health and hope in our community. As we mark 7 decades of dedication to your well-being, Terrebonne General Health System remains committed to advancing healthcare, improving lives, and expanding our services to meet your evolving needs. In celebrating our past, we look forward to a future filled with promise and progress. Your health is our legacy. To discover more, visit tghealthsystem.com.
Bayou Times Sports is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System's Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda.
What a great night here at Freeman's in Thibodaux, and as you can tell behind me, it's a very important guest. The 1958 Thibodaux College State Championship baseball team. And you know, this is a chance to get back together, brag a little bit, enjoy the memories, and I'm sure there are a lot of memories. Several 4-sport lettermen in the group tonight. I'm going to walk off the shot here and let Dwayne Dupre just pan the room a little bit, because this is what it's all about. You know, when you win a state championship, that's something that they can never take away from you. And tonight, that 1958 Thibodaux College baseball team, they're here. They're going to eat a nice meal at Freeman's. And after, I'm sure a few of them are going to get up and say a few words about their memories and about what that state championship meant to them. A lot of great athletes in this room. So what we'll do, we'll listen in to the ceremony. Once again, we want to thank Coach Edmund Grove for calling us and getting us up here to come cover this event. He's always so good at putting people together. So now let's listen in.
Hey, good afternoon or good evening. I want to thank, first of all, Martin Faust and HTV for being available tonight. He's been a good friend, so let's keep him happy tonight, okay? Before we get started, there's one guy I'd like to call up. He may have to leave early. I'd like to call Coach DeStefano's son up just to say a few words. Vinny, come on. Yeah.
I would just like to say I was 10 years old when my dad passed, so I didn't really know a lot about him. But I hear a lot of stories from all of you guys, and I know a lot about him now. And I do know that he would be proud of every one of y'all today. Y'all still champions. And now
I'd like to also thank Bootsy, Charles Blair, Harold Lee Ray, Deanie Berg, and Lynn. We all got together and put this little program together. What we like to do now is have each and every one of you come up here and just say a few words. Just say what position you played, how many years you played, what other sports you played, how tough were the brothers on you at Thibodaux College, and so on, okay? So I'll just start right here with Deanie Berg, since you're the closest one. Deanie, come on up here and say a few words.
Boy, I don't remember what I had for breakfast. I'll tell you what, it was a great group of guys. We were fortunate enough to go to a small high school. We had like 20-something guys in a class. Some of them had 30. And it was, we started in the first grade. The two and I started in first grade together. And graduated from Thibodaux College. We graduated no, we went to Mount Carmel. They kicked us both out of there. We were pretty bad. So we went to Thibodaux College, and then we finished there, and we finished from Nichols together. So it was, we've been friends forever, it looks like, which is fantastic. Like all the guys on the team, it's like a brotherhood, which is really awesome. So it's good seeing all you guys. Is Al still here?
Yeah.
Where is he? He's in the back, okay. I'm so glad to see Al. I hadn't seen him in so long. Good to see you, good to see you. Thank you all for coming.
Maybe y'all could all say the sports you played too.
Yeah.
Say all the sports that each of you played.
Football and baseball.
Okay.
Any position in baseball?
Baseball catcher.
Catcher.
Right, right. Football, I was a quarterback.
Can't think of any better time than I had when I was in Thibodaux College. Oh, we had a good time. All boys, you could say what you want, as long as you wasn't too close to them brothers. But it was just a wonderful time. The brothers were really good to us. You can't ask for better fellas than what we had. We were so close. We played ball. We took it serious, but we had a good time. I was catcher behind Deanie.
What other sports you played?
Played football and basketball. Yeah. Had wonderful coaches, wonderful teammates. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. Thank y'all.
What was it like when y'all won the state championship?
Oh, we had a parade when we come back. We had a parade waiting for us. It was unreal. We rode all around town, blowing the horns and everything. Well, we got back, I believe, in the afternoon. Yeah, Sunday afternoon. Yeah, and they had a big crowd waiting for us. Had a motorcade all around town, blowing the horn and this and that. Well, it was something. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. Thank y'all.
Hello, my name is Norris Barlow, and I played third base and outfield. I really don't remember too much about the game, to tell you the truth. One of my friends told me that after the game was over, that the whole team met with Brother Cal, who was the principal at the time, on the mound. I played baseball, football, and I ran track. I would have tried to play basketball, but I couldn't dribble it. So I let the two take that lead. That's about it.
But you were a pretty good long distance runner, right?
Huh? Yeah, I ran the 880. Like I told you earlier, they had this boy from St. Francis. His name was Fob, and whenever we had a track meet where St. Francis participated, I didn't win too many of those 880s. This Fob boy would beat me all the time, but when we had the track meet in Lafourche Parish, then I came out first. When we went to the state, just like when St. Francis was there, Fob beat me.
But you were a high jumper and a triple jumper too, right?
Yeah, I had the triple jump and the high jump, and I think I ran the mile relay. I'm not quite sure about that.
Did you do the scissors or the flop or the roll?
No, we didn't have no mattress, so I done the scissor.
Did y'all have sawdust?
Huh? Not very much. It was mostly dried grass.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, but we had another a boy that was at Thibodaux College, Vernon Toops, and he would always beat me.
Yeah. All right, we'll have more here from Freeman's in Thibodaux, as once again we reminisce through television on the 1958 Thibodaux College Baseball Championship. Don't go away, a lot more speakers.
When you have a history of greatness, the real challenge starts after the finish line. When victory alone isn't enough, you chase something greater, no matter how difficult the path. On the dirt, in the sand, and beyond. The new 2024 Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot, part of our most rugged trail sport lineup yet. From Honda.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodaux, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. #1. Thank you.
Thank you.
The #1 grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Bayou Times Sports is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health Systems Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda.
Hello, welcome again. If you missed the first segment, we are here at Freeman's and we are reminiscing with the 1958 Thibodaux College baseball team, the state championship team. And a lot of the members came up tonight and to reminisce, talk a little bit about that season. Great group of young men at the time, and now they get to brag a little bit, so let's listen in.
Well, my name is Harold LeRae, for those that don't know me, but in this room, I think we all know each other very well. I'm the baby of the ball club. I was a freshman, and I looked up to all these guys. I learned a lot from pretty much everyone in this room. Coach Stefano was one hell of a coach. To this day, his fundamentals and the basics that he taught us made us what we are in winning the state championship. And to this day, there's not a thing that he taught us that they don't do in the major leagues today, except maybe bunting, because bunting was a tactic that was very profitable for our team. As being the youngest guy on the team, I don't remember a lot of the days that we played the game. I was very lucky to be the second baseman, and I really enjoyed the time that we had together, and the gatherings that we've had since then, as well as tonight. I love these get-togethers. TC gave us a lot of camaraderie that we got from the Brothers of the Sacred Heart. A lot of us also went to Mount Carmel, but the Brothers of the Sacred Heart had us from the 4th to the 12th grade. Those men made an impression on us. And I know everyone in this room wish we still had them here in our communities, both in Houma and in Thibodaux. We were very lucky, as I recall, about our championship game, and I got to admit, St. Francis had a very good team that year, and we lost to them in district, but they got put in a separate route. Ed, correct me if I'm wrong, to where they got beat by Rayville, and we beat Rayville 10-4. And we had, I think, everyone that played in the game gave us something to help to win. I recall Dina Berg hitting a home run. I'm going to forget a lot of people. Canan Banker was mentioned a whole bunch of times in the article. We have the articles here. I think, Martin, we provided you with an article of inning by inning and the scores and the activities of all the players. I'm very proud to have been a member of this team, and I thank God for the gifts that He has given us. to play that game. Relative to my stay at TC, I was kind of a big kid when I was growing up. The teeny tiny went from the 4th to the 6th grade. In the 6th grade, I weighed more than 90 pounds, so I played with these guys in the 110 football teams. And then I followed them to junior varsity and then to varsity football. So I played varsity football, basketball, and baseball. That was my 3 sports. I had a total of 13 letters, 5 in baseball, 4 in football, 4 in basketball. But I really looked up to this group of guys, and there's not too many, I think, from TC, other than Léonce Thibodaux, who was on the team, who has passed away, can relate to these guys like I can. I appreciate the time. Martin, thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Kernan Banker, and generally a man of few words. I played baseball, right field when I was a sophomore, third base when I was a junior, and second base when I was a senior. So I moved around a little. I was playing third base the year we won the state title. And it's like I've heard just recently here, a great group of guys, great group of guys. I also played football. I was a quarterback and a fullback and a defensive back. And I played basketball also. I was a forward. And finally ran track. I was a broad jumper, triple jumper, high jumper, and I ran a leg on the mile relay. So, but the year we won that state title, like Harold said, we beat St. Francis. St. Francis beat us prior to district, but then we won in the finals. Now the next year they returned the favor. We beat them in district and they beat us in the finals. They got to the finals. So anyway, great group of guys. Enjoyed every minute of it.
Just a question. It's funny you would say that because that 59 team, we're going to do a filming in a couple of weeks in Houma. They're having a similar get together. So, and you know I'm going to ask them because I'm a Vanderbilt grad, but I was born in Thibodaux. My mom went to Mount Carmel, so I got a little negotiation power here. What was that rivalry like with St. Francis?
Oh, that was a tough one. When we started playing football, this group here, I don't think Thibodaux College had won very many games at all, period. And we developed a winning attitude, and we won a bunch. Now, St. Francis was always a tough game. They generally whipped us in football, but then like we beat them in baseball. So we returned the favor. So.
All right. By the way, my senior year at Vanderbilt, we had Cam Morvon was our head coach, and Joe Fauke was our secondary coach, so we stole a couple of y'all guys.
I'm Roger Richard. I was a utility outfielder on the state championship team. And I also played on football team. I was a tight end and split end. And on the basketball team, I was a guard. I always enjoyed the trips to the games and listened to all the things that were brought up and talked about during the time we were on the way. And through the years that's passed, I've always had a strong interest in keeping up with individual sports and things like that. And I don't remember a whole lot of things that happened along the state championship year or during that time. But I still remember that we won.
Let me ask you, who was the team clown?
Team clown?
I'm gonna let you get back by the mic real quick. I want to hear that. Who kept y'all loose?
I don't recall that. No, I don't recall anybody special. Maybe Deanie Berg and Tutu Grove. Yeah.
Your memory's coming back, huh?
Yeah.
We'll be right back with more from Freeman's in Thibodaux. Don't go away.
Since 1954, Terrebonne General has been a beacon of health and hope in our community. As we mark 7 decades of dedication to your well-being, Terrebonne General Health System remains committed to advancing healthcare, improving lives, and expanding our services to meet your evolving needs. In celebrating our past, we look forward to a future filled with promise and progress. Your health is our legacy. To discover more, visit tghealthsystem.com.
When you have a history of greatness, the real challenge starts after the finish line. When victory alone isn't enough, you chase something greater, no matter how difficult the path, on the dirt, in the sand, and beyond. The new 2024 Ridgeline Passport and Pilot, part of our most rugged trail sport lineup yet. From Honda.
Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health Systems Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda.
We're delighted to be here at Freeman's Restaurant in Thibodaux as the Thibodaux College reunion is taking place for their state championship baseball team of 1958. Once again, Coach Edmund Groh was so gracious enough to invite HTV to capture the moment, and we appreciate that because it's so great to see some of these high schoolers who I guess at the time didn't really understand how big it was to win it. I'm sure they had a great time and they won it. As the years go by, they appreciate it more and more. Let's listen in more as Dwayne Dupre picked up some of the speakers tonight.
This next guy I want to bring up here, I read an article in one of those little clippings. His name is Larry Boudreaux. I didn't realize this, but he pitched both games of a doubleheader one day. Larry Boudreaux, come up here and talk about that.
Hi, I'm Larry Boudreaux, and these are a great bunch of guys, as we all know. And I played baseball. I was a pitcher behind Edmund. I played football. I was a receiver behind Edmund. And I also played basketball. And I ran track. I was a 440 man. I ran the mile relay. And I pole vaulted all of about 6 feet, I think it was, in those days. But it was fun. Yeah, it was. High school was great. We enjoyed everybody. And our team was great, that's for sure. And the rivalry between Vanderbilt and Thibodaux College extended beyond the fields. It also extended to the College Inn. There were a few battles going on at the College Inn. I remember Dutt, the poor Dutt, we miss him. He laid out one of the Vanderbilt players. We got into a little scrap, and he left in and came around, knocked him out for it. Yeah, but I wasn't too nice, but it was okay. And but I appreciate it. We got a good turnout tonight, which is very good. Thank y'all.
I think I'm gonna add a few words in Conan Backer. I think most of what I have to say already been said. There's one thing I like to add. Our school population, the amount of people we had, the students we had, we should have been playing in
district, C district, and we volunteered to move up to Class A, and the story ends. Lynn Barbie, I played shortstop. I was on the football team, okay, and I also ran track with Alberto, Dutt, and Butzy in the relays. We didn't win too many races, but I kind of drug them down, I guess, you know. But it was all fun. That's it. All I got to say.
I'm Butzy Trusclair. I played center fielder on the state championship baseball team. And I think it was meant to be that we would win the state championship in 1958. Because we grew up, all of us did, playing baseball together. And I think you guys remember that. We played baseball together for several years. So we kind of got pretty lucky, I guess, but we were pretty decent in 1958. I remember that guys like Alberto was our cleanup batter, and he did a lot of cleaning up. He was a first baseman. Dutt Como, who's not here tonight, was our third batter, and Dutt was a great athlete, not only in baseball but in other sports. And then, of course, Lynn Barbier. And we had wonderful teammates. One of the things that I remember really well was Coach DeStefano and how great of a man he was. I think someone asked about the class clown on the team. He was a class clown on the team. But you didn't want to cross him. The things I remember about Coach DeStefano is he would coach third base. And if somebody missed a play, he would turn around, take his hat off, throw it up about 20 feet in the air. That was Coach DeStefano. But he was a wonderful man and a wonderful coach. And I appreciate all of my teammates. Love you guys. And glad that everyone could make it here tonight.
What other sports did you play?
I ran track. As a matter of fact, I got to say this: the first four batters on the baseball team were the four runners in the 440 and 880 relay. Lynn Barbier was Lynn Berg. Lynn Barbier was the leadoff runner. I'm sorry, I was the leadoff runner. Lynn was second. Dutt Como was third, and Alberto was he was the fastest guy, so he was the last guy, the anchor. And that same lineup we had in baseball. So I remember that, and great guys to play with. But so I played baseball, ran track, and baseball, track, and poop. Football. Yeah, football. There you have it. Thank you.
Thank you. You got to play, and then years later, you got to coach a state championship. Tell me the different emotions that you went through as a player and then as a coach.
As a player, I probably had the best lineup behind me that any pitcher could have. They were fantastic. As a coach, I would have to say that I learned most of my coaching abilities from Coach Stefano. He's a man that taught more basics and fundamentals than I think the coaches do today. I would really like to see how much time these college and high school coaches put into the practicing bunting, you know. It's completely different than when we played ball. The team I had that I coached in '74, very similar to this team here, okay? This team may have been a little bit closer as a group, but, and they've always been close, you know. Most of them were my classmates. So that's about it, you know.
Let me ask you, as a player, you're on the field and you're using your energy and you're getting it out, and probably after the first couple of plays, you're nice and relaxed. But as a coach, you can't get on the field and play. Is it more nerve-wracking as a coach?
It was, yeah. But you know, we had good players back in '74. I mean, you're not going to win the state championship, you know. With like the old saying goes, you can't win the Kentucky Derby with a jackass. You know, you need thoroughbreds. You need thoroughbreds, and we had thoroughbreds. You know, both in '68 and '74. You know, had good pitchers in '74. We had really 2 or 3 good guys that were pitchers, but '68 team, all these guys were good. Let me tell you. There's one thing I like to bring up too before. We have a lady right here, Sadie Como. Her husband went on to play semi-pro ball. Just not with us. We had 3 or 4 other guys. Leonce Thibodaux passed, David Freeman passed, Bernie LaFaso passed. They were all part of this team, you know. So I'm glad Sadie was able to make it. And that's about all I have to say. Martin, you want to add anything?
No, I just think it's amazing that y'all do this, and it's not many schools get together and do this. There's only a few we cover. So what drives y'all to just keep doing it? You do it for this team, you do it for your coaching team. It's just something in you.
Yeah, we had it for our coaching team. We had a good turnout. Matter of fact, you were there. We had a really good turnout for the '74 state championship team. This is a hell of a turnout. We were 17 on the team, and we got 10 or 11 of us showed up tonight, you know. So that's fantastic. Guys like Al Battle, like Butchie said, he was our cleanup hitter, and he ran the ankle leg, you know. I don't know if you have a whole lot of 4-sport lettermen nowadays like we had back then, you know. We had 4 or 5 guys in this room that were 4-sport lettermen, you know. You don't see that too often anymore. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming, especially HTV and you, Martin. Butchie, you have something to say? By the way, Butchie was instrumental in putting this thing together also.
By the time I walk up here, I'll forget what I wanted to say. But I remember, you know, we talked a bunch at the high school baseball games, and you mentioned bunting, which Coach DeStefano really put an emphasis on, and we had some really good bunters. Another thing you don't see in a lot of these games is when there's a ball hit to the infield, our catcher would run down to first base to back him up. You don't see that a lot. You don't see that a lot. But
fundamentals, yeah. Coach DeStefano really emphasized fundamentals.
He did. And if you didn't pay attention, he'd throw his hat 20 feet in the air.
Just a final question, because I know y'all want to eat and everything, and I don't want to keep Freeman's up too much. But all the state championships that came after you, including the one that Coach Grove coached, it's got to come up in conversation with some of these younger guys that who's the better team of all time? Am I stirring the pot just a little bit?
That's a good question.
I'll tell you what, Martin. Butchie had not a program, but a folder. The 1974 team that I coached played against the 1968 team. How long ago was that, Butchie? We played at Edie White Park. The stadium was filled, you know. They beat us 4-0 though. But they were a hell of a lot younger than we were. Yes, yeah. But we had a good time. Yeah.
So that was 50 years. Wow, 50 years. So
I wanted to add one thing.
Okay. Don't forget before you get up here now, Lynn.
The state championship, the team that beat us, that was in 1978. I'd like to challenge them to another game. I think we can whip them this time.
I'm going to be going fishing that day. One more thing I wanted to mention about our track team. Al Battle ran the 100-yard dash, and in those days we ran 100 yards, not 100 meters, but Al ran a 10 flat, and that was really good at that time.
Was that on a cinder track?
That was on a grass track.
Grass track?
Yep.
Wow, that's moving.
Yeah, Dutt was a great javelin thrower. Don't remember exact, but he had a great arm. You know, he could throw that ball from left field. And at any rate, thank you again.
One other thing I'd like to say, I'd like to thank Vinny for being present, and again, John. Really appreciate you guys coming. Okay, yeah. Anything else? Anybody else got anything to say? We're gonna eat. Okay.
And congratulations to that 1958 Thibodaux College team. I'm Martin Falls with cameraman Dwayne Dupre. We had a great time bringing you these stories from Freeman's Restaurant right here in downtown Thibodaux. What a great team, bunch of great guys, and we were so privileged to be here to cover this event.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodaux, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.